Good morning, sunshine. How are you? How are we doing? How's it going? Okay, so I wanted to make a video to just go over the basics of how our online learning is going to work over the next few weeks. So these are things that are going to try to make consistent. So there's never really any question about what you should be working on or where you should go to find information. Aside from these logistics, know that I completely understand that things are crazy right now. And if you need any support, if you are struggling with something, if you just want to talk about some stuff, like please email me. I'll show you some other ways that I want to make myself available to talk to you guys. But just know that I'm going to try to make your learning as engaging and challenging and meaningful as possible, not just given what we were already doing in class, although that's obviously important, but also like thinking about the road ahead. Um, at the same time, the most important thing is that you are taking care of yourself and your family. So just let me know how I can support you with that, and we will work this out together. I am here. You're here. My dogs are here, snoring on the ground. The Diet Coke is here, not sponsored. All right, let's do this. So there are three basic components to how I want our online learning to work. The first is going to be a weekly calendar that will give you just kind of an overview of what the big picture is, because I know that for some of us, if we can't see like the steps that are farther ahead, it's kind of hard to understand the steps that we're taking now. Task boards are going to be basically a weekly doc that has all of your assignments in it. So I don't want to post a bunch of different things. I want to post one thing per week that has all the stuff that you need in one place. And I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. And then lastly, I want to do live office hours via Google Hangout, which I'm hoping will work. And if it doesn't, we will try something else. But with that, let's talk about the calendar first. So all of this stuff is posted on Classroom under, I can show you now actually, under online learning. So if you just click on this online learning tab, I know that I'm not usually great at making topics, as you can see, but you just click on that and it'll take you there. I think right now all the online learning stuff is at the bottom. I'll figure out a way to move it to the top. But for right now, just click on that topic. This is for multi and self. Hi, I'm talking to both of you at the same time. Crazy. Go ahead and click on that, and then you will see everything that you need for online learning within that tab. Don't worry about other stuff. Don't worry about other stuff that was already assigned. I think I made that clear on the announcement that I made the other day. Don't worry about other stuff in the stream. We'll post everything that we're doing over the next few weeks under online learning. So that is where you should go. Okay, so when you go there, you're going to see a few things. You're going to see a weekly calendar, which looks like this. And it'll look like this for both multi and self, obviously with like different things on it, although through no foresight of my own, you guys were kind of working on the same stuff, synthesis and putting different sources together. So there will be some similarities, but for the most part, you guys are working on totally different assignments. So seniors, obviously, I want to focus on the senior research project. We're already far enough along that a lot of that stuff was going to be self-determining anyway. So we're going to focus on that this week especially. I do want to figure out a way to bring the books we were reading or a book to read back into it, but I want to take more time to like feel that out and see what's going to work best for all of us. So TBD on that. That'll come into play next week for seniors. Juniors, you're only working on your research assignment that you'll see on your calendar and on your task board as well. So you'll notice that there's review concepts with new purpose. These are all things where I feel like I've gone over the basics of this stuff, like, but now it's about applying it to this new thing. And then underneath, you'll see like the different kind of details of what we're looking at that week. Obviously, for upcoming weeks, details are to be determined because I'm still working them out. And we'll base a lot of that also on like what happens this week and what seems to work best. To the right, you'll see extended learning. And again, this is both for multi and self. And I just think that there are things that you can be doing right now that can make you a better reader and writer and thinker that have nothing to do with what we're doing in class. So if you want to keep a journal, especially with processing just like kind of what's happening right now, because this is pretty historic, I would say. I'm definitely going to be doing that, and I'm terrible at keeping a journal, so I'm going to try that and challenge myself with that. If you want to sign up for NaNoWriMo and write a great American novel, you can do that. It doesn't have to be November for you to sign up. If you want to just like build your vocabulary, I have sites for you to do that as well. So those are just things that if you are looking for other ways to kind of stretch your brain a little bit, you can do those as well, but obviously they're not required. Okay, so that is the weekly calendar. Next, I want to talk about task boards, because that's really where the bulk of your work, and for some classes, the entirety of your work is going to be done. So all the task boards look the same-ish. They'll have these little boxes and tables that kind of break things up into different parts. It's super important that you guys read the instructions. I wrote these instructions as though I was saying them out loud to you in class. So I know it looks like a lot of text, but that's just because I'm trying to like cover every base possible. You'll see that if I'm introducing a concept, I'll have like videos and different things that you can use to extend your learning if you're confused. And then there are places where you can start to interact, like what's your list? What are your like responses to what you just saw? Where like now you practice on your own, or you think of things to do for your project. So I tried to be really clear on where things were, like where I wanted you to respond and where things are optional. If I say like read or must read, like definitely read that. If I say optional, like if you want to like get some more inspiration, click on this, you can, but it's not required. All of your assignments for the week will be on this single task board, because I just wanted to make things as like central and focused as possible. I know you're getting a lot of stuff from like all of your classes, so I figured if I could just keep things in one place, we'd be okay. These are week to week though, so you'll see like this is task board 1, that's for week 1. I'll make a new task board for next week with new assignments and maybe some review from the week before, but then also, you know, other stuff that we're working on. So that's a task board. Again, all of your stuff will be on there when you submit this task board at the end with all of your responses done. You've completed your assignment for English for the week. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. Okay, last but not least, I wanted to talk about office hours. So I wanted to make myself available to you in person as best as we could, just because honestly, I'm being really selfish. It's for me, like I became a teacher because I did not want to sit at a desk for 8 hours a day and type. And I realized that situations being what they are, the bulk of my communication is going to be an email. And like, that's fine. Like, I am down. We will get through this however we can get through it. But I also think that if you want to have a conversation, if you want to have a discussion, if you want kind of more immediate feedback and not waiting for me like to answer the email at the end of the day, you can do this. So I'm going to do live office hours on Google Hangout Monday through Friday, 10 to 12. I'm going to start today, but it's going to be a little late because I had some technological issues, crazy getting this video up. But hopefully we'll fix those by then. I will post the link to the Hangout on Classroom. You guys can jump in. Don't feel like you have to. It's not a requirement at all. It's just a place where we can gather all of my classes. So multi, self, doesn't matter. Jump in, ask a question. You guys are all working on some element of research, so it still will be valuable for other students to hear what you have to say. You can also just like jump in, ask a question, and then jump out. You don't have to stay there the whole time. But that's when I'm going to make myself available digitally, virtually for all of you. That's it for right now for the fundamentals. Again, obviously, email me or come into office hours between 10 and 12. But I am here for you. I don't know what to say, because it's just like it's nuts. It's like hard to figure stuff out when just the ground feels like it's constantly changing. But we'll get through it together. And I am here in whatever way that you need me to be here for you. So if you have any questions, if you just want to talk about like stuff that recommendations that you have for people, or that you has helped you kind of like get through some isolation time. I started playing a video game. Crazy. Haven't played one since like 7th grade. But here we are. Tough times, right? So happy to take your recs. Happy to offer recs of my own. I love you guys, and I'm excited to see your faces or at least read your emails very soon. Take care of yourselves, okay? All right, bye.